Welcome to the Broskiedoodles Podcast, the best podcast in all the land. You already know this. Joe Rogan is scared. He's talking to Spotify to see if they can censor us because his shit's getting too big. It's too loud. It's too skank. It's too stank. Your co-host, Adrian, of course, as always. Right now, he's joining us from Cancun. He's going to tell us a little story about, about the venereal diseases. John, always with the gold. Always with the gold. Your other co-host, DJ BJ. He plays the strangest techno clubs in all South Florida. And joining us today in the flesh, with the face, you have never seen his face before, is the real man, Tavo, the one that comes to talk about the manhood, the man shit, the motherfucker. We're excited to have you, bro.
Happy to be here. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
The whole crew's here.
The motherfucking crew. Now, I want to start off, right? Because manhood, that's all I care about, toxic masculinity. So I have here a topic that I've been dying to talk to you guys about, and pretty much this is the title, right, of the news. Company gives employees masturbation breaks, orders private VR pods for the whole experience.
That's fire, dude. What company is this? I need to work there.
So again, a company gives employees now masturbation breaks and orders private VR. I mean, this is a VR. I mean, I don't even need the VR,
Just having the break is fine for that.
Yeah. And then, so what is the best thing your employer has done for you? This is a little bit of the news. Bought you lunch, giving you a little break, or taking you out for a beer? Well, there is this company that I will let you know the name of. Will let you masturbate during breaks when you're burdened with work. An adult website and social network company called Strip Chat is offering its employees the opportunity to masturbate during work hours. The company has gone as far as even ordering custom-built yerk pods to help the employees do the deed. So they have 4 pods, and I want to show you guys a little bit of how they look.
I got questions.
So this is the pods.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, shit.
So according to the Daily Star, this company has introduced the 4 high-tech pods kitted out with the masturbatory accessories at its offices in Cyprus. This is an island in Europe. I don't even think they're considered a country. They're like a pirate state. It has over 200 employees working in the branch, so 400 people, and then they got 4 pods, which I'm thinking they're for both men and women. These high-tech pods have various accessories to help out the employees. They are equipped with an Oculus Quest VR advertisement, headset, and 4K LED screen to enjoy live VR adult camps in the best way possible, as well as lotion, lube, and tissues. What it do, though? Before I continue, I need your questions. Well, I'm not the fucking, the voice guy for the company, but I'll take your feedback and pass it along, and also any comments and observations that you have about this fucking crazy story.
How many breaks do we get a day? Because I'm stressed as fuck with work. I'll take a break from my break. My breaks need breaks.
You can take as many breaks as you can imagine. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they'll give you like a quota.
Like a quota?
But
whoever got this through to HR is a fucking champ.
How many times can you use that pod in a day and it'd be like successful?
What is successful for you in this realm of existence?
I mean, even reaching climax. Like, how many times are you gonna like in a day? What are you gonna do? One every hour? One every 5 minutes?
I mean, I'm pretty sure. They'll start low. They'll start low.
Would you even use it? Because then everybody knows you're going to the little fucking chamber to fuck yourself.
I think what I would do is continue to do what I already do, is go to the bathroom, stall, and jerk off there. Two observations. One of them, I do the thing that I was going to do and needed to. Second, nobody thinks I'm fucking jerking off, which is a plus. It's a big plus to me,
Well, they know now.
Do you walk in with like a little like magazine or a book, like, hey, look, I'm just here to read in silence, like, not ready to to do anything.
You will be like a purist. You're like, no, I come in, but I bring Sears magazines. I only do it the real OG way.
So would you be like a hipster?
Tavo, go on. I saw you there.
Let's assume this has been normal. And I'll give you an example of something to think about so you can assume the normal. You got to take a shit at work. As a matter of fact, if you don't shit at work, you're losing money. Don't shit at home. Shit at work. That's just man knowledge out there. Use their toilet paper, their water. Smell their place up. Don't shit at your house. Shit at work. Use their facilities. But assume it's normal. So it's normal for you to masturbate at work because we created that. Let's just take it 5 years down the road where everyone has these pods. You ask the question, how often
5
will
years?
I do it?
Shit. There's a line, yo, you've been there for 10 minutes, dog. I know you don't last that long. It's my turn.
Right? So we get there. So it now becomes the equivalent of taking a shit at work.
Fire.
You don't do it to max out because you can do it whenever you want. So because you can do it whenever you want, you masturbate on company time. Why would I masturbate at my house where I don't get paid for it, where I can masturbate on company time? Right. And if I'm really productive, you ever been in a point where you have to study a lot of material, make a lot of things, your brain just doesn't have it anymore? So in about 2 hours, you go in, masturbate, in and out. 2 hours. And by the second or third time, you're done. Like some days you can't even get one in there because you've done it so much. So second or third, it's not happening.
No, right. Like there's going to be a biological limit there at one point, depending on how aggressive you are with this program. I do believe, just like in the movie The Wolf of Wall Street, I think this is going to make the environment just a lot more calm,
Those are rookie numbers.
It's just a rookie number.
do you go masturbate first, then take a shit, and then like you're scrolling through Instagram while you're shitting, and then all right, let me go back real quick to the pod?
I always feel like you gotta do shedding first, then masturbate. Just because shedding after masturbating, there's a weird feeling where like when you have an orgasm, all your like connections are still like wobbly. And when you try to take a shit on that, the body's like, hey, bro, I'm not even back at it, dog. Let me connect all the wires, dog. We just did a little fireworks recently for you. I don't know if you noticed. Things get broken, motherfucking shit got to give it repaired before you go out and try to,
to function.
Yeah. I don't know. But that's just my order. But I think there's no wrong order,
So shitting first and then masturbating, because like once
that
you
has been
masturbate,
my order. That has been my order in the past too. When I've felt those two urges, I've proceeded to go that way. I do have a question about the Oculus though. Mm-hmm. Is everyone using the same Oculus?
Right.
The same hands, the same thumb down hands.
Yeah,
that was my next question. Cleanliness. How often are they cleaning this shit between cycles?
To be honest, this maybe I'm being judgy right now, but this feels like it's like a disgusting place. Like you don't want to. This to me sounds like going to the bathroom at a festival where they have the parties. Like you're gonna have good ethics. You're gonna make sure that there's no residuals of your body anywhere, but you can't fucking also expect that from fucking Timmy from accounting that looks like a fucking retard. You know what I mean? So
he's like upside down and shit. Like
he's not gonna make sure. The whole pot is
all over the place.
Yeah,
he doesn't wipe. He just goes.
Oh my god.
Well, have we considered? When you go to a gym and you work out, they have the wipes and the towels readily available. Maybe they do the same. So you have like you wipe before and you wipe after, and they have a guy that comes in and cleans every hour or so. So you catch it at the hour after the guy cleans it.
We have a designated pod cleaner. That's gotta be a hell of a job description.
It's the same as like the janitor. Like the janitor cleans the bathroom like every hour.
Right.
So it's part of his rotation.
Bro, I can imagine.
I think
I can imagine the janitor being told like, "Hey, by the way, so there's one more thing that is now in the campus, and so you just need to clean that as well." And they try to put it in like it's part of the thing, like, and then after a few weeks, he's like, "Hey, excuse me, señor." And in this specific scenario, the guy is Mexican and has an accent, but that's not always the case. So the janitor is like, "Hey, excuse me, señor. I'm sorry, but it's not the same to clean the shit in the bathroom than to clean the cum from this fucking students." That's actually a very good accent for a Mexican that will work in that position. But it's you know, you get what I mean, right? Like there will be fucking fights about the janitor not being. He's like, "Hey, bro, I clean shit. I don't clean cum."
It's not what I signed up for.
What if they pay more?
Then
For like
They have to.
it's like, "Señor, I can do cum, $45 more for the shift."
He'll probably use it the most, to be honest.
What?
The janitor will probably use it the most.
The
Man,
cum
fuck
or
this
the
place.
money?
The jerking off in the station, because he's an employee too.
Oh, that's true.
Could it,
I mean, it's
could it
available.
actually be the creator of the pod's responsibility now to keep that machinery clean? You know, like the Sunday machines from the McDonald's and shit. Like they have to do maintenance and shit like that.
They're getting sued, by the way.
potentially. But what about the maker of the toilet is cleaning all toilets?
No, hell no. The fuck
you
you talking
gotta
about,
hire
John?
your own janitors.
Nah, bro, you got your own janitors, but I'm pretty sure that if the janitor also has the privileges of using the cum pot, then I would assume this is what I would do if I was that guy. I would always use it right after I clean it, so I get the first shot in there. You feel me?
Exactly.
So what about this? If you're saying that now, all right, so you clean it before you use it, you clean it after you use it. So then there should be like a logbook, like, okay, I'm going in at 10:15 and I'm coming out at 10:25 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then the person that goes in right before you takes a look and sees a whole bunch of mess. Do they then call you out at HR for not cleaning your compound?
No, that's a violation. That's a violation of HIPAA, John.
That will be. There will be a review system. There will be a review system in place to make sure motherfuckers stay in line. No. I mean,
yeah.
we're gonna get the union involved in this. There's gonna be certain parameters that need to be met when you have a jerkathon. You know, it's a whole thing going on here.
You think it'll be only guys using it, or there'll be girls too?
It's probably gonna be a lot of guys, right, that are very disgusting, and then there's not gonna be enough girls using it, right? And they're gonna be complaining that the reason why they're not using it is because the guys clog it up, right? So they're like, okay, out of the 4 pots, 2 are gonna be for guys, 2 for girls, and then what happens is that the other 2 for girls never get used, and it ends up being like the disabled spot, car spot, where that nobody uses. You could have used, but nobody uses, and it's just lost. Nobody enjoys it. There's gonna be 2 pots that aren't gonna be used because the girls don't go, and then they're gonna be like, what about equality? No, equality for you. Why aren't you girls masturbating in the same ratio as us?
Maybe it shouldn't be 2 to 2. Maybe it should be like depending on how many women there are in the company and how many men there are in the company, like a distribution. So it could be like 3 to 1. You know, like
of course, the example is a very woke company that's 50-50 right down the middle. John, what the fuck?
Oh my god!
I will have a counter argument. I believe that women will use it, and I'll tell you why. Erica Lust is the founder of this. Erica Lust from Erica Lust Films. She hoped to normalize masturbation for her staff and is the one that created the 30-minute masturbation break.
God damn it.
She thought of it. We didn't even think of it. She thought of it. So the women are about it. They may not say it and be as vocal as us, but they're about it.
I don't know if they'd use it. It's like, oh, I got to go to the bathroom and then make a sharp left into the thing. Like, because they don't even shit on like, they don't even vocalize that they need to go shit. I'm like, I got to go take a shit. But they like flush and everything. They do like everything to.
That might be the reason why you're not getting that much luck in the ladies department, Adrian.
But do you?
No, what I'm saying is like I've worked with a lot of women, and all of them are like, yeah. Whenever we go shit, we wait until it's completely empty. We flush, so that people think that we're not shitting and we're just like pissing a lot or whatever the hell. They're always
I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. I do all those things.
Yeah, well, you're gay.
Yeah, well, I am. I do all those things. Like I do all those girl moves. I make sure I get out and I see the guy. I'm like, that wasn't shedding, okay, by the way, and then I kiss him.
That part you heard?
So
that's actually for my vagina.
To make it easier on all of us for this acceptance, would the pod then be also located in the bathroom?
Oh
no, the pod is gonna be in the cafeteria, right in the middle.
The pod would probably be in the bathroom as well, because we don't know what women do in women's bathrooms. Like they do their own thing.
Oh, that's true. So the pod will be in the bathroom.
Right, then if it's in the bathroom, if it's not like a standalone room where just pods in, or like, all right, bro, see you in a couple minutes, and you're just like,
all right. So then,
should they have like a counter? But
there will be rumors, right? Like, hey, bro, you saw when Roberto got out of the pod? That motherfucker leaves everything disgusting. And you see the color of the semen? It's like green. He has to have an infection.
Oh.
But maybe they have, like I said, it's 5 years down the road. They have the wipes. They have the cleaning equipment for you to use. And if you choose not to use the cleaning and not clean up after yourself, then you can get those rumors. But if you clean up...
Could the pod then have like a little thing where you insert your semen to see if like you have an infection or you have something going on, and the pod could tell you if, like you're like
that's 10 years down the road.
John's thinking
that's a 10 year. That's a 10 year.
Hey, bro. By the way, Elizabeth Holmes, crazy bitch. There's a documentary out right now, and Amanda Sigweaver is gonna make a movie about her. This bitch made a machine that said that with a drop of blood, you could get 200 blood tests done, and she was going to revolutionize. It was valuated by $9 billion. It was all a fraud. Now she's going to jail. We could do the same, but for cum. You put your dick in here, we'll tell you what's up with it.
That'd be pretty useful.
And we just make it easy for the guys. It's like, oh, I have this and this. It's like, it'll be fine. And guys want to hear that. They're like, all right, for sure.
It's not even a full diagnosis. It's like, you don't have chlamydia. It's like, you'll live.
Who needs all of the penis head receptors? I mean, right? I mean, am I right? Who needs to have the penis erect 100%? What, you're gonna need that at one point? Pfft, come on, guys.
Shit.
Anyway, so all right, so fuck it. Anything else you guys got on the pod before we go to the next topic?
Normalize it.
Normalize it. Hashtag normalize it.
You think it'll come to America? How long do you think it takes
to come to America? Where is it? It's in India, right?
literally come to America.
Where is it? Let me tell you where it is. I have the thing here.
You said Cyprus.
Oh yeah, Cyprus.
Isn't that like off of Greece or some shit?
Yeah, it's an island in the Mediterranean off of Greece. You're right, bro. You are right.
John was acting like he didn't know.
Yo, we haven't talked about the Boeing case, right?
No, but there's other things that I would also like to talk about as well.
All right. You guys tell me. You guys lead me into this little hole.
And I forgot.
The Boeing thing. I was reading that little bit that you wrote, sitting on my Boeing plane, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm not opening this link."
I mean, I got some anecdotes to the comedy show that I just went to, the Louis C.K. one, but I don't know if Tavo even knows him, so I could leave that for some other time. But I mean, we got so much shit here, bro, to talk about. But
Speaking of masturbation, Louis C.K.
Yeah,
that's a nice segue, huh?
Do you know who Louis C.K. is, Tavo?
I do. Just pick a subject. I'm good. You guys start. I just come in the middle.
You listen to his comedy?
Come in the middle.
Yeah. See what I did there? Yeah, this is a podcast made for high schoolers, apparently. Okay, so John, what was it you wanted to talk about?
Let me give me some time to think about it. If you want to talk about, we could talk about the Boeing thing.
All right,
give me like
Boeing.
2 minutes.
All right, Boeing. No. If you 2 minutes, I'm gonna do Boeing for 2 minutes and then I have to shut the fuck up.
Oh,
No.
Boeing, give the Boeing introduction, and then we'll go into Boeing.
And then, yeah.
All right, bro. So
Kiko,
Boeing.
pretend you're using the pod.
I'm in the
Cum
pod.
Yeah, you got 2 minutes. Figure it out.
So I'm in the pod. No, so the Boeing thing, man. To me, it's crazy because pretty much everybody heard like in 2019 there was this, or 2018, 2019, there's this plane that fell, right? And it was a Boeing, I think it's a 737 or 777. It's one of the newest ones. And the thing had a little fucked up thing with a sensor that made, and I want you to talk about it, DJ BJ, because I think you know about it. But the sensor made it so that the plane thought that it was going too high, so it made it go low, and it took planes down. It took 2 of them down. Boeing tried to not like say it was their fault. One of them was in Indonesia, and the other one was in Jakarta. No, like in Singapore. Singapore was the other one. Yeah, the second one. Now, these are planes that are like, a lot of these planes fly internationally. Like, these are planes that are used. And after the whole case happened, they paid a bunch of money, and now the planes are still being used. And pretty much there's a sensor there that pretty much the plane is dependent on this little sensor saying what is the angle of the plane. And if that sensor fails, pretty much the plane just goes down and it downs. I'm pretty sure they've done some things. They've done some things to kind of avoid it, but it's
a kill switch.
It's like, it's literally a kill switch. That's what it is. And normally all these switches have like 3 stages of security, where like if one fails, then there's another one, and if that fails, there's a third one. This is just one. So if it pops, that's it. And well, DJ BJ, we know that his first career is a musical entrepreneur and an experience endeavor presenter and experiencer. But in the side, he's not trying to be cocky or anything. He does fixes the planes that fly in the airs. So I wanted to know a little bit from your side, if you know what was the issue with the Boeing, or if you know a little bit about it. And how can this type of shit happen? Like, it's just insane that such an impressive amount of engineering can just fail like that.
Wow. Damn, that was back in, what was it, 2019, 2018?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I think 346 people died as a result of that mishap, if you want to call it something. It basically had to do with like a software issue where like 2 competing inputs of information was like kind of like mixing it up and messing it up and making it go down when it was supposed to go up, like you were saying, and all because of it was missing a sensor. And then when the company was asked about it, Boeing, and they said that the people that bought the engine or the plane didn't want to pay for the sensor, and you would think that a sensor that would tell the plane whether to go up or down or distinguish it from going down or something like that would be like a necessary feature where you shouldn't even have to question to put that on there. Like, you shouldn't have to ask the company, hey, you want me to put this little, like, you want me to put brakes on your car? You want to put these sensors on your shit? Like, it's going to cost you extra money or something like that. I'm like, why should you charge me extra money for the sensor when it's necessary for the function of this engine or this plane?
I think I just saw the documentary recently, and it's similar to what Johnny's saying, but it had to do with a certain training. Pretty much this extra sensor that they added to the plane needed training for the pilots to know what to do if the sensor went wrong. But to save money, Boeing sort of said like, no, this sensor doesn't need, like, they just send them with like a little iPad and like a little thing where they just went boom, boom, and like, that's it. But this is a shit that if it goes wrong, you have 14 seconds to do something, otherwise you're dead. And
my God.
to save money, they didn't really give the training. They made it pass like it's just like an extra little button in the plane when really the plane was different. Because this is what happens. John knows, like when you're a pilot, you need to be trained further for each plane that you're going to be flying. So if let's say now you're going to be driving another plane from another brand, you have to learn the plane again. And they were trying to make it look that this new plane was the same as the previous version, so no new training was needed. Nevertheless, it was needed.
Look at what it caused.
2 planes later, training was needed.
Training was needed. So, and now some of these planes are flying. They do say that flying is one of the safest things you can do in comparison to other like types of transportation. Even like I think driving a car is very dangerous, in the scheme of things. I just think it's insane that planes, like they won that little suit and those planes are now flying. I think they had to give training to the people, but it's actually a system that even with the training, it's really hard to get out of that pickle if the sensor goes wrong. Because pretty much what it is they put, this is exactly why the root of the problem. They use the fuselage of the previous plane. I think it's a 777, Boeing 777, I think it is. But to make it a newer version, they put newer engines, bigger ones. And they had to fit them a little bit in the back so that they could fit. And this made it so now, because he had a lot more strength, but it was the same fuselage, the plane kind of picked up a little...
French?
What?
Is that French?
Fuselage? Yeah, that's where it comes from.
Fuselage.
So because the new engines were so powerful with this fuselage that used to use smaller engines, that it had a tendency of going up. And if a plane goes too up, DJ BJ knows because he's a pilot, it will fall.
It causes stall. Uh-huh.
It's a stall, correct. So the pilot needs to kind of like do it manually, right? Like, but they put a sensor that whenever he sends the plane doing this, it would make it go down with the flaps. But what happened 2 times, the sensor was saying that the plane was going up when it wasn't going up. And because of that, it kept telling the plane to go down. And then it kept going down until it died.
Couldn't go down no more.
Couldn't go down no more. And I just think it's insane that these things are in the air and flying still. And now I don't know if I feel like a little fucking, king of England if I go to the airport and I'm like, hey, by the way, what plane are we flying? Because I kind of need to know. I need to know what's the model number of the little flying bird you got right outside.
Make sure you don't get on the Boeing 737 Max. That's the one.
That's the one? 737 Max 8.
The Max?
Max.
The Max. I was on a 737 today. I was on a Max.
Oh shit!
It'll say it on the ticket before you buy it. I think. No, I do that.
On the obituary.
So I have the answer.
Damn.
And it always boils down to this: money. So how many people died? 347.
Yeah.
246.
Right.
Uh-huh.
346. 346. Now I say this, I don't want to get a lot of hate for this, but I'm not trying to be insensitive. I'm trying to show you the greed that America has. Mm-hmm. On average, just looking it up, we have about 5,882 planes in the air at a given moment.
Daily.
2 planes, 346. What is that, about 175 a plane average?
What do you mean, people?
Okay.
So
yeah.
5,882 times 175. Let's do some quick math.
Quick maths.
So like 175 times 5,882. It's about 1 million people a day in a given time. So if it's about 1 million people, what's 346 divided by the million? What percentage of this is going to matter? Because you think about it, right? You don't think about them as people. It's a decimal. So statistically,
yeah,
it's nothing.
It's
However,
down.
only It's a decimal percentage. So
only 2 planes went down. One from Singapore, one from India. We gotta pay them in their own local coins. What? Really?
That's how you think of it, right? So if you're big airplane, I was gonna say like big business. If you're big airplane, you're like, okay, you factor that you have insurance for that. Like, you don't think these big companies have insurance for their airplane going down? It's already bought and paid for. 2 planes going down, easy peasy. Insurance paid out, we're good to go. Didn't even make a dent.
That's a Monday report sent through the online.
Put the bill in. I don't give a fuck.
The hardest thing for them was dealing with the media. But they have to deal with the media and people dying.
Oh my God, people die.
Right. Because that's how they see it. They don't see it as like, oh, this was somebody's mom, this was somebody's kid. They're just like, statistically, we can afford it. So that's why.
Only 2? More.
This is why they bring it back. They keep the planes in the air. Like, we have not lost enough money to not put those planes in the air.
Right, but they're not the ones who decide. It's the organization of Planes of America, whatever the fuck they're called.
And how do they get their funding?
How do they get their funding? The airlines.
The next thing, there's a million people flying in the air daily, right? What's
daily.
The average cost of an airplane ticket?
$200.
$200.
$400.
Let's say $250. $250 million daily. Yeah. $250 million daily is circulating in the air.
Yep.
You don't think they could pay each of those people $1 million and still be able to fly?
Mm-hmm.
That's
the money is there. Yeah.
Okay, and now
the money is there.
Now, could you check how many planes fall a year?
I'm searching now.
You're taking my job, Tao.
Statistically, this is hard to say, but I'll give you the years. In 2017, these are fatalities. Let's just go with people that actually died on an airplane. 2017, 59. 2018, 561. 2019, 289. So they got better.
Yeah, but that's like that's in America only.
That is worldwide.
Worldwide.
Because But the thing is that's very because if they're including people that have heart attacks in the fucking plane and shit like that, like I'm talking about planes that went down.
They might be including
they just have fatalities.
Yeah,
but could be small aircraft.
Yeah, they have everything. So the highest year of fatalities was 2018 at 561. 2020 doesn't count because it's 137, and we know in 2020 people were not flying. But the highest year was 561 casualties. For something that makes $250 million a day.
Daily.
561 is that point. You know how you have, if your food has like 0.00% rat feces in it? Like that's what 561 is to them. It's like that rat feces on airplanes. So they're not going to stop. They have the money to buy Congress.
Okay, rat feces. Look, so
wait a second.
So let's say you're not the owner of Boeing, right? Let's say you're not, and let's say you're just, an old soul that you need to catch a plane. Are you now concerned with the model make of said plane, or are you just like, they're making money, they know what the fuck they're doing?
Where am I going? Where do I need to fly?
You need to go to a place where a Boeing 737 it has a route there.
Has that plane? This is how my answer would be. Am I the first flight of the day? If I am, no. If I'm the second, third, or fourth, I'm good to go.
How the fuck would you
get that first one out the way?
So did you fly in the evening?
Right. So if I fly like middle of the day, that plane has flown already because it's maiden voyage. As long as it's not its maiden voyage, I'm in.
John, but chime in here because a plane could be coming off just being repaired and it being the first one. Like at some point, it's the first flight of the day. It doesn't matter. It doesn't necessarily have to be 5 a.m. It could be in the evening when that's the first flight.
It
could dock in, do like a little repair, get it checked. All right, you're good to go, and then you're out again. You could stop in at a airport and be like, all right, we got to do like a $100 check. If you've been up in the air for 100 hours or 100 flight hours, we need to check to make sure that everything's okay. And then you go.
Let's say that one way or another, Tavo is actually able to know, okay, this flight already has two when they're in back.
Good to go. And
He's been following this plane for a week.
He's done.
I'm literally sitting
on a list somewhere from how much I'm following.
So he knows for sure that the plane already has two round trips, right? Even then, it could very well happen that whatever mechanical failure is starting to manifest on the third round-way trip. Is that correct? Or would you go more for, if it went 2, it goes 3?
Well, the mechanical failure was from this particular was the sensor. The sensor would have already gone off, wouldn't it?
Theoretically, yes. But what caused the sensor to go off? It was the excessive lift, right?
No, it wasn't.
So what if in the first two flights, the pilot's like, no, let me, I'll hold on to it. Fuck the sensor, just turn it off. But then the third pilot is like, you know what? I'll just use a sensor today. Fuck it, let's go. And then he uses a fucking sensor on the third flight with Tabito because he knows Tabito's there. Let's use the fucking sensor.
But I'll tell you this.
He saw Tabito bored. He's like, this guy looks like a fucking scumbag with his little attitude. I'm going to take this shit down. Fuck the sensor. Fuck the sensor.
I'll tell you this. I would rather die on a plane crash though. And I don't want like a soft plane crash. I want a full coming in
hard, full blown
explosion, instant blunt force trauma, instant death.
Like you don't want some hero pilot that's like, let's see if we can save him and fucking leaves everybody with fucking disabilities and shit.
No, none of that. Immediate blunt force trauma death. That way, no pain. In and out.
In and out.
Blunt force trauma to the dick. What?
Well, do you think it hurts? Or it's so fast you don't even know?
It's so fast, you're just like in astral form. You're like, oh, all right, I'm dead now.
I hope it's that way. I hope I go that some way like that at 97 with a fucking
instant.
Like, because do you think you would feel the first millisecond of immense pain and then boom, it's gone before you can react to the pain? It's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah, unless
I think
it's fucking Captain Phillips on the fucking plane. Like, guys, I'm gonna try to save us. At least half of us will make it. Now, motherfucker, kill us all.
I think even the anticipation of the crash is more, like that whole stressful scenario. That's gonna fuck you up more than the actual crash.
You think so? Some people might accept death right then. You know, this is a nice little segue to. I used to drive on a Segway to this next topic: life and death. Right? We're talking here about in a plane. If you're gonna die, you might die with a lot of people. Do you think people, when they die, there's a little bit or a lot of selfness, right? What is that called when you're selfishness, right? That you're dying and then the rest are not, right? The rest that are there. And do you think that dynamic changes if it's like an end of the world scenario where like we're all seeing, you know, like this movie, one of the worst movies, Don't Look Up, right? Like we're all seeing the fucking fireballs come to us and we're all gonna die at the same time. Do you think if it's like that, people are easier to accept death and be like, oh, okay, if we're all going, then all right. More than if it was just you dying and then everyone's just like looking at you in the hospital bed and you're like, oh, fuck, you're gonna go to fucking Taco Bell tomorrow and you're gonna, you know, like and you're gonna go to Top Golf because tomorrow's Tuesday. God damn it, I have to go on a Monday and the shit is on a Tuesday.
Like you just fell in a tiger pit or some shit. You're like, oh, fuck.
So what do you think?
So what is the question? Is it easier to accept death if we're all going to die, or if I'm the only one that's going to die? Is that the
right? Like
the question?
I guess what I'm trying to say
if
is,
KIKO dies, we can't go to Taco Bell anymore.
All right, this is what it is. I'm telling you, my hypothesis is that if it's the end of the world situation, people accept death a little bit more because they kind of feel like, oh, we're all gonna die, so is all of us gone? Perfect. It's almost like a little bit like the Joker, the real Joker, right? Heath Ledger. Like, I want to see the world. Like, if we're all burning and dying, like, I'm cool with it. Do you think that's easier for people to accept than the other scenario, which is like you normally, go old? Hopefully you grow old and you die old. And then everybody's like still there and you're like, fuck, this motherfucker.
Now I get it. So at first, what I think will happen is you get that sense of paranoia of, oh no, I'm going to die. And so is everybody else. That's the first thought that goes to your brain. It's like, and then you eventually just hit acceptance of like, well, I know I'm going to die, but I'm still alive right now. And if there's anything I wanted to do before certain death tomorrow, better get to doing it. Because
fuck that bitch that's sitting there across the aisle from me.
You can start doing those things because YOLO becomes real at that very moment. You start realizing I have just gained an immense amount of freedom. Because what are they going to do? Throw you in jail for a day?
And confidence,
and you're dead.
too.
I have nothing. I can eat whatever I want. I can do all the activities I want to do because I have no consequences. Tomorrow, I'm dead.
Wait, you're still on a plane or no?
No, we're talking about just in general.
We're just general death. Like the meteor is coming. You see the meteor in the sky and like that thing's going to hit and it's over.
Okay, so do you think you will accept that easier than just your normal dying bed with people around you that are gonna still live after you are gone?
They should both be the same. I mean, that's kind of selfish. It's just like, oh, we're all gonna die. So.
Okay, I guess the question is, do you think humans are selfish and there is so inside of them that even in a situation of death, a human will be a little bit more comfortable feeling that everybody's gonna die and not just him, and he's gonna miss the rest of the movie?
Damn.
The Broskiedoodles will come with a deepness. This is the deepness, the ones that make you fucking try to decipher who the fuck you is.
So if you're alone and you're the one that's gonna die, so what is putting you in this bed? Because the hard part is being stuck in a hospital bed. Because I'd rather just pull the plug on me now. I'm am I waiting for death? Like I can't move, I can't do anything. Just end me.
You would prefer that? You'll do like an auto euphemism? No, not a euphemism. Euthanasia.
Right. I can't walk. I can't do anything. I'm like, just end me at this point in time. Unalive myself. Is that the
okay?
Unalive me.
Here on a little side topic, are you then pro euthanasia?
No, because then I can't kill anybody. I'm not gonna.
That you don't gotta kill. Like if you.
I mean, you let the person decide for themselves if it's time to go.
Should you have the right to be like, hey, yo, I'm bedridden. I'm just waiting to die. End me now. Would you like that power? Because at the moment you do not have that power by the law. Well, depending on which state you are now. There are some states in the U.S. thanks to the Dr. Kevorkian, who was able to pass some laws there. I myself support.
I'm pro that shit.
Euthanasia.
It's one of those things where I can't apply it to other people. But if I wanted to end it, I'm going to end it. And how are you going to stop me?
Yeah, well, the whole point of euthanasia is so that you can end it in a way that doesn't have to, be hanging yourself from a fucking ceiling and your mom finding you or having to splatter your head with a gun. You go a little bit more.
Oh, it's a peaceful, needle way.
It's I want to do this and I just want it done legally in a weird way. Like,
well, yeah, the
just because you're in a hospital, let's say, and you can't really hang yourself, you can't jump off a building because you're stuck to a hospital bed. We still want to go, and you want to elect to like, hey, I'm suffering a lot. I want to kill myself.
There's three things to it. One of them is you're kind of letting the world know, like, I don't want to be known as a suicidal. Like, I did this because I feel like it's an euthanasia that applies to other things.
Oh,
that's one part. The second part is if Adrian says, well, look, I might be bedridden. I don't even have the physical abilities to do a suicidal mission because I can't fucking, I don't have a gun. If I try to hang myself, I'm just going to break my leg. And third, let's say you do have the physical abilities to do a classic old school suicidal. Let's say you do, but you're like, fuck, I want to go in a way that's like nice and peaceful, and that people can go to my funeral. Like, I don't want to just splatter my head or hang myself. I guess you could take a bunch of pills and die that way, but even then, there are ways of dying more efficiently, quicker, with less pain, with less errors, and percentage of things going fucked. And if the state can provide that for you, I believe that you should be able to decide those things.
Okay, now I get what you're saying. So my answer would be, it would have to be considered. Now you have to define this. It would call it like the point of no return. So I'll give you examples of no return. If you have like full body cancer, like it's not going away. It's
is that like a thing is that like a thing that exists, or you just like?
I don't know how to. I'm not a doctor.
It's like, let's say you have full body cancer everywhere. It's everywhere. Everything
like you have like you see like your body, everything's red. Like cancer is everywhere. There's no stopping this cancer. Like we tried everything. We're just like
the prognosis is fucked.
He's saying like a stage 4 terminal cancer.
Yeah, so you're at terminal cancer. Like you know it's over. You got your affairs in order. You told everybody what it's gonna be, and you're just waiting for death.
You ended your Spotify subscription. Made sure that you use the rest. You use the rest of your RB coupons. Arby's, they got great offers if you use the coupons.
This how you know when you go get a life insurance policy, they don't let you. That's how you know it's over.
Okay.
Did you forget to cancel your Broskiedoodles subscription?
Mm-hmm. You update your Broskiedoodles subscription just in case. Give them one more month before you're out.
They don't let you. We don't let you.
We don't let
you because so when you're at that point, then I'm okay with it. The problem. Here's my problem with allowing this. I want it to be allowed. The
euthanasia. Say it. Euthanasia.
Euthanasia. Is that what it is?
Euthanasia, euthanasia. I like to call it euthanasia, like more like a Portuguese priest. Euthanasia.
I want it to be available for these extreme scenarios. I don't want it to be available for, I call them trendy teenagers that think that it's cool,
right?
That sort of thing.
Like for them, you go cut your wrist like everyone else did when we were younger. Make sure you do it sideways so that it doesn't kill you. Because if you really want to do it, everybody knows it's a long way, but we don't want you to do the long way. We want you to do it sideways. If you must do it, we want you not to do it at all. But if you must, do it like you know what I mean? Like this way, like this.
Yeah, because like the thing about it is like you have to like establish the point of no return. Once you've established that, you like figure out what the point of no return is, and once you've hit that point, and the doctors have like, hey, you're pretty much, you have this option, then you go for it. That's where like, because I don't want to put an age limit to it because cancer does not care about your age.
No, and you got diseases like one of the diseases that is used in this argument a lot is one called Lou Gehrig's disease, some shit like that. It was named Lou Gehrig's. Yeah, it was named after the baseball player Lou Gehrig. Like imagine Lou Gehrig is the first time this guy got this illness. It was so fucking horrible and so much pain. They just called it the Lou Gehrig disease. And it's very rare that you get it, but when you get it, you just have chronic pain forever in your bones. And it's like one of those things that people are just like, yo, I don't want to live anymore type shit.
Jesus Christ.
Fair enough. Right? So you hit that point of no return. Or like if you're like Stephen Hawking.
I just imagine it, Tavo in the phone with this guy. It's like, all right, fair enough. So indeed, you have hit the point of no return. you would qualify for a premium package here. So actually, sir,
according to your policy,
you hit. Once you hit that point, now it's like if you want it, go for it. And then they make it easy. They just put the IV and it does the IV
actually,
thing.
With your situation, you're hitting a lot of points. You're getting KPIs here. You're gonna get the best treatment, sir.
We can take your wife too.
We can do the twofer. We can do the twofer for your wife. I know she's only depressed, but fuck it, we'll put it in there.
Your first name is Louis. You got the
premium package.
I got the Louis package.
But if you hit it, then you go for it. That's the point. It's not available for everyone. You have to enter premium package diseases.
Right. You have to prove. Well, this is the thing, right? Like, I guess, and then the debate really is, this is being decided by a human person, a human panel made of human persons. And it's going to be their judgment that's going to decide, okay, who deserves to get this. And this is the issue and the dilemma that happens in a lot of different branches of government and society, where, like, for us to be organized, we need to have certain institutions, and those institutions are the ones that are going to be judging certain things and deciding what happens and doesn't happen. And who's to say, look, I don't have Lou Gehrig's disease or cancer, but I have this thing that nobody even can really check, but it hurts me a lot and I want to off myself. Like, there's going to be scenarios where it's going to be complicated. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be black and white. It's going to be gray and brown.
So
then you take yourself out the old-fashioned way.
Right.
So it goes back to always money, right? So first thing, let's assume this is law, right? Does healthcare cover it? Is it in your policy? If you hit the level of necessary disease, does your policy cover for that final shot? As you're saying, how much is that final shot? Is it expensive? Is it cheap? Is it like insulin where they just jack up the price, but it's really cheap? Or is it really like...
Damn. Imagine, bro. like back in the day, right? Like, they always put it in the policy, like, oh, and it also includes the last shot, right? And we're talking about 10 years in the future. Tavo maybe becomes like a congressman. He's able to push his laws forward, and euthanasia becomes a world, a United States state thing, right? So it's normal to do it, and everybody gets their package, their insurance package. Some are better than others, some are more expensive. And your brother-in-law, he tells you this package, bro, I got you, man. This shit is fire. Back when you're young, right? You get to that point where you need to use that last shot, and then you realize, like, oh, it's this, and you figure out it's the cheapest. Like, there's gonna be like a hierarchy of like different packages for offering you, and you get the cheapest shit where, like, they dilute the little venom so that, like, it might work or not, and then you start remembering 35 years ago, God damn, I always knew a piece of shit was a fucking hustler.
Get the worst package of death.
The worst package of death.
It goes back to the money.
Yeah.
So if it counts and you get it, just make sure you get a good policy on that euthanasia. Don't want the weak euthanasia.
Get that premium
Brings it back
shit.
full circle. Get the premium.
You get the plane crash euthanasia.
Yeah, you get the plane crash version, the full blunt force trauma.
You're all flying in a 737.
Well,
Instant.
Was that NASCAR guy that hit? I think his brain instantly.
Yeah.
The NASCAR.
Instant blunt force trauma. I mean, that's 2 for 1. You get like planes involved. You get all the money. Like, you got an old plane, you just gotta send it out to pasture. Want to get all the euthanasias in there.
So would you get one of the euthanasias to learn how to fly the thing, and then take the rest of the euthanasias, and boom?
They don't have to learn. They just watch the iPad, right?
But you wanted to know enough to crash correctly. Because if they crash and they don't die, now they're even worse than they were before.
Oh, and bring it all full circle. On that plane, you got your masturbation pods.
Oh,
Get your last one out. Get your last one out before death.
Each chair is a masturbation pod.
Each chair. What do you care? Like, you're about to die. What if somebody sees, what's the deal? Just do your thing.
Can you recover these
the pods, the standards are a lot lower. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, these are the old pods. These are the beginning year pods that we got to get rid of. Like, first year pods.
Version 1.
The ones that didn't have the sperm guards and shit.
No windows, so it's like you can see everything that's inside and shit. Is this one of those Tesla planes where you can like crash them and then bring them back and then recrash them and shit?
Yeah.
Because like how it's gonna cost a lot of money, like to have those planes just crashing massive, like just have those cranes.
Well, John, I mean, this is gonna be a pricey endeavor. Not everybody's gonna be able to.
This is a premium package.
Yeah.
Premium. Yeah, this is the premium package.
Yeah, John, I don't think you'll be, I don't think you'll be going.
You're just getting injected a lot of tequila, John, until you overdose.
John.
mean,
John, I think what you're gonna do. You know how when people go to Dominican Republic, Adrian is in Mexico right now, in danger. People go to Dominican Republic, and you go to one of those hotels, and you get liquor, you get drinks, and they put like shit that is not drinks, and then you die immediately type shit. That's the type of cat package you will be getting, bro. You're not gonna be getting
alcohol.
Yeah, but believe me, you're not gonna be in the plane that crashes into the fucking Himalayan mountains with like fireworks. No, that's gonna be fucking Trump, for example.
Trump. Let me ask the next question. Let's say you now qualify for the premium package, like you qualify to die, like to be euthanized because of your condition.
Mm-hmm.
Do you now get to choose how you go out?
Well, depending on your wallet, puppy.
Have you guys all seen Squid Games?
No.
Yes.
If you were terminally ill, would you elect to be part of the Squid Games? Number one, for entertainment, and number two, just to like have your family set.
But your family wouldn't be set.
Huh? What do you mean they're not set?
Wait.
You win it, you get the
You gotta
money
win Squid Games.
You gotta win for your family to be set. Yeah.
Well,
so
yeah.
What if you don't?
Yeah.
You're already dead. Mentally.
You're already terminally
But if you don't, you're gonna die anyway.
Yeah, but like, what are the chances of you winning? One out of 456.
What's the chance of you living, dude? You're gonna die.
Yeah. You got better odds. 1 out of 456 is better than winning the lotto.
Well, 1 out of 456 is better than 1 out of 5,288 with the planes and the daily planes.
The planes. Yeah.
You're going to die
in
anyway.
Squid Games, you can kill your opponent. Like at any time,
when you sign up for the experience,
opponent.
like they tell you you're gonna die in 6 months, you can go to Squid Games, try and win a couple million, and set your family up and just have a good time.
John, what the fuck is it to think about?
John's not good at games. Is what's the deal?
No, but yeah.
I mean, it is a horrific.
I could kill you guys. Whatever, fuck it.
There is a horrific death
about that.
involved in most of those. So that's something to think about. Well, I guess, yeah, you die horrifically in all this.
Now, in game 1,
horrifically, not that bad.
You get shot.
You get shot. Yeah,
that's not bad. Game 2, you get shot. Game 3, you fall to your death, which I think is
that's where it gets.
But if you fall, make sure you go head first. Make sure it's this blunt force trauma. Back to that blunt force trauma.
That's a tug of war one.
Yeah, it's a tug of war.
But even if you don't die from the fall, they still kill you afterwards.
Right. So you got to make sure if you're falling in tug of war that you hit head first, and you don't want to live through that because they will kill you after. And you're just gonna be in pain until they get to you. In game 4, you get shot if you lose. Game 5 is bad. Game 5 is
That's the glass one?
That's the glass one. Game 5 is the glass one.
That's falling to your death too. That's falling to your death.
Yeah, that's fall to your death. Yeah.
But you're falling.
So
you're falling
3 and 5,
first.
you fall to your death.
You're falling feet first on.
And then game 6, you kill your opponent. Kill or be killed in game 6.
Game 6 was a dinner.
Yeah. Game 6 is the actual Squid Games, but it's essentially kill your opponent.
Right.
Okay.
So you got to be prepared to kill your opponent. So not only do you have to be
at no cost.
Yeah. So
and then
I think you might even have to train for these games.
Yeah, you're kind of fucked.
Well, remember 6 months from now,
you'd be terminally ill.
Yeah. So you're not necessarily. You still be okay.
I mean, but they're gonna inject you. You're allowed to be injected with a bunch of shit, like to put, to get you fucking golden, baby. What do you think they do with the football players, bro? Football players are
people are betting on you. So
you
have sponsors, yeah, like Squid Games, Hunger Games. Yeah, you got sponsors in there.
And you can inject shit that you wouldn't, otherwise, because things that would kill you anyways. But you're gonna die, so you put the fucking best shit, the shit that Matt McGuire and all those motherfuckers have.
Do you get to participate in the orgy and shit?
In the orgy? What the fuck?
I mean, that's a benefit. It's a bonus. You choose to if you want to.
I mean, you get the money. You get whatever the fuck you want.
I mean, you can kill your opponents. Can you fuck your opponents?
If after they're dead, you can do whatever they want.
Now the question is, alive or dead?
Ooh.
No, I mean dead. It has to be dead. Like after
they get shot.
No, wait. You can fuck your opponents because in the show, they fuck.
They fuck.
But dead is not. No. I mean, you could if you're.
You could, but I don't know. No, because the triangle people will stop you from fucking dead opponents.
What if you
Yeah,
fuck the triangle?
Like, yeah, you could rape them,
Then you fuck the triangle.
but no necromancy here.
Necrophilia, but yeah.
Necrophilia, okay. Necromancer will be
You can't bring them back.
from a world that doesn't
Can't bring it back from the dead.
a world that doesn't exist.
Oh my god.
I'm a demon hunter. Yeah, necrophilia. Okay. Well, I think that's a great way. I will conclude that for the people that do, want to choose the whole let's not call it suicidal. I think we need to change names because we are in a work society. It is euthanasia, and with the euthanasia, we want to make sure that if they pay the plan, they actually get to do the Squid Game. We'll have a Squid Game. Like, let's talk to Mr. Beast. Maybe he's down to do a Squid Game show, but with people that are terminal and want to do this for their family. So that's a way that you could do it.
70?
I mean, hopefully, yeah. I mean, all kinds of people. Hopefully, you have movement and you can, at least fend for yourself, a little bit.
Interesting.
But we'll inject you with all the things. So, it's all good. But anyways, guys, we'll leave it at that because I think we've explained enough the suicide pods, masturbation pods, and there's different types of euthanasia that you can be a part of. Hopefully, we're gonna lobby for this type of laws so that everybody can be not only owner of their speech but also owner of your own biology. You decide when you go. Love you, Broskiedoodles. Please subscribe. Fucking share the thing. Tell your grandma to listen. Peace.